It's time for another review. What's up, everyone? Thanks once again for tuning in to the channel. So today we are looking at the Detective Vigilante from SooSooToys, better known as Robin. I believe this is the figure based off of the Titans show. Me personally, I don't watch the show. I haven't really watched any episodes at all of the show. I just wanted him because I wanted a Robin to go with my Batman. Some of you may know that I already have the Toys era Robin, but after seeing a couple of things and checking some things out when it comes to this figure, I decided to switch and use this one instead of the Toys era one, specifically for some features that this one has that the other one did not. So let's jump right into the figure. So you can see, some of you may already have this figure because it's actually been out for, I'd say it's probably been out for a couple of months now. And so some of you may be aware of, the features and everything. So I'm just going to explain why I wanted it and things that I liked about it as opposed to the Toys era one. So here's what you get when it comes to plastic. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this shell here. And we will dive right in. So let's take a closer look at the figure itself. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to get it, because personally I think the head sculpt on this one looks a little more realistic. Also, just with the hair, I kind of like the hair a little better, and in comparison to the Toys era one, that one didn't really look like a real person. I think this one looks a little more like a real person, even though I really kind of go for more of a comic look, but that's mainly for the outfits. I like the comic style of the outfits as opposed to something that's based off of a movie or show. But considering what Hot Toys has announced that they're coming out with as far as the Robin is concerned, they really don't have anything like this, and so that's the reason why I went for this one. Personally, I don't really like this outfit too much. There's a few things about it that I don't really care for, but then again, it's unique, and so it's the better one as opposed to the one that's going to be coming out, I guess, within a year or so, based off of the Batman and Robin movie. That's the one that Hot Toys is doing. But this one I think is a little better as far as what I want to use it for. So when it comes to the armor, I think it looks really good as far as the chest pieces. The cape has a wire just like the other one did. And this is one of the other features that I liked about this one as opposed to the Toys era one, is there was kind of like a pleather material that was around the back here for the Toys era one, and the SooSooToys one does not. It's pretty much all just the same fabric all the way down. And so one of the things that I'm planning to do when it comes to a change for this one is when it comes to the video game, the Arkham Knight game and also the Arkham City game, Robin had a hood. And so I plan to at some point actually sew a hood onto that, so you can be able to, he'll have a hood he can put over, and then we'll kind of go for more of the video game look. That's really what I would like to have, because I'm actually going to be putting this one with my Arkham Knight Batman that Hot Toys did. So I think I'm going to go for more of that kind of look, even though he doesn't really have the bald head like he did in the game. But still, I think this is a better one to go with. So yeah, but the only thing I've noticed about this one as opposed to the Toys era one is, I don't know, it's just my opinion, but in proportion with everything else, the hands to me look a little small. The ones for the Toys era, they're just slightly bigger, and so this one I think is kind of small. It almost feels like you got this kind of a big forearm, and then it just kind of shrinks and goes down to these little hands. But that's something you can, or at least I'm going to overlook when it comes to that. The other thing that you get, which is the other reason why I wanted to get it, is a unmasked sculpt. I definitely wanted to use this so that I can pose him with one of my other figures, which I have the unmasked Bruce Wayne head sculpt. So I'll be able to put those two together and you know, be able to have just an unmasked duo together in different outfits. So but I do like the sculpt for the hair. I think it is done really good, and the hair just kind of gives like that wet look in front. So I think this is a really good job when it comes to the head sculpt. I think it's really superb. So to be able to have an unmasked and a masked head sculpt, I think well, that was one of the things that I decided to get for that. So the other hands that you get is pretty much the same as the Toys Era one. You have these open palm hands, which I think the sculpt on these is also done really well. Literally, as far as the paint job, the paint application on the gloves is really good. You can it's not just the texture of it, but you can kind of see like little wrinkles in the gloves, and so therefore that's a plus. So you have the open palm, relaxed hands. Then you have these hands, and these hands are used for holding the staff. So they have a little hole in there. And this leads me to the other reason why I liked this version opposed to the Toys Era one. Now, one thing I did like about the Toys Era one was that it was an aluminum staff. And this one is not an aluminum staff. It's actually plastic. So I can get it out. So this is actually a plastic staff. But one of the things I like about this one is the other one, it had, like I said, it was aluminum and it had some nice weight to it. So it was a little bit heavy on the figure, even though they can hold it. But this one was more of a plastic thing. But I will say the thing that I do like about this is that you can actually separate the pieces, and this makes it easier for you to be able to take them and slide the hands through for that. So if I wanted to, I could just kind of pose him with just holding, you know, one side of the staff, which he's done in the game. He's held it where it was not extended. So you have this piece to where you can just hold it like that, or have just, you know, just one side, or having it all together. But they do that so you can be able to slip the hands in, and so I think that's a nice touch to it. So even though it's plastic, it still doesn't put a lot of, you know, you don't run the risk of putting any scratches on the hands because you can separate the staff. So I think that's a pretty good plus in my book. Also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Toys Era one only came with, I believe, just one, either one or two of the shurikens that they have, which is in the shape of the R for Robin. So this one you get three. There's only detail on one side, so you have just one side with the detail on it, and then the other side is just kind of blank. It's not really sculpted at all, which doesn't really matter. I mean, it's okay. It's definitely doable with that. So you have those, and this is the display base that he comes with, which I think is really cool. I mean, I know that when it comes to SooSooToys, they pretty much use the same base over and over again. It's just they paint it different and they put a logo on it. So the base itself has kind of become their signature thing, which is not bad. I do like the fact that they're not just giving you the same generic, well, in a way they are. I mean, they're giving you the same base, but to take the time to paint it so that the color scheme matches the figure that they're giving you, I think that's really good. And then putting their logo in the center, That's also really cool. So you basically have their logo as opposed to having a nameplate on there. You just have their logo on it. So I think that's a really good addition. So yeah, but that's mainly the reason why I liked this character or this particular figure over the Toys Era one, because of those key features, which was the unmasked head sculpt and the staff, and then the plans that I have for the hood for the figure. So that's pretty much all you get when it comes to the figure. So what we're going to do now is do our usual thing, which we get him into a few poses, get some pictures going, and we'll see how he looks on the camera. So I'll take the time now to thank you once again for tuning into the channel. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me if you're not already. Follow me on Instagram. Like I said, I post pictures on there every single day, so be prepared to see pictures of him as well as some other guys. And so thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.